Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're going back into 7.3.3. This is my last path, and pretty much went in with a double Apocalypse team, simply because of the Hard Knock Life node. It's also got Rising Sun, which you get Furies. If you get up to 10, you'll start to degen. Stacking power. Basically, you only get power when you get buffs. So you're going to get a lot of power from the Rising Sun. I don't know how well some champs would do if they also got a lot of buffs. I think you could probably get too much power, and the reason why I say that is because of Stage Fright. Stage Fright, basically you can only throw one special within 15 seconds. So if you parry, you're going to get Disorient. The nice thing about Apocalypse is that he becomes fully immune to Disorients, whether they're active buffs or active debuffs or passive disorients. So you see I'm getting tons of power, I'm getting the Furies. You do need to heavy knockdown to remove those Furies, so you want to do that before you get to 10. And yeah, just tons and tons of power. So now I'm just kind of stalling out, waiting for that Stage Fright timer to go away. And I'm going to parry heavy into my special 2. I got all the debuffs on, getting a ton of damage. I do have Cable on the team, so that I came in here as a horseman to start out. So I get the 4 prowess, I get the double debuffs, and then I believe I'm gonna get to a special 3. Parry, lock him in, reset him, and the special 3 is gonna lock him in. And yeah, it's gonna get a ton of damage. Those debuffs are just great. Now I think I'm going to build back up to a special 2 after this and finish him off with 1 special. So you can kind of dance around while Stage Fright is on. I do have the concussion up, which is more potent. You can see I'm hitting Drax and I'm not getting the Furies, which is kind of nice, but at the same time I'm not gaining power. But here we do gain some power. We're going to heavy him, get some bleeds going, and I think actually we're going to finish him off with a special 1. Yeah, right there. So really easy fight. Simple first fight, no problem. And I know that like some people are, if they have Hercules, he can basically just cheese this fight, stay immortal, and just go ham. Don't have to worry about specials, and you can the Stage Fright with the damage you would get back from that, and you can just pretty much spam specials because you're just getting power over and over and you're stunning them and all that. Now here we're going in with my Apocalypse again, the rank 3. I'm so happy that I pulled this guy recently. He's amazing. So fun to play. So here, Jabari, I do mess up. I stun her, but she cleanses it, and I tried to go into a heavy. I'm getting bled pretty strong. It wasn't long enough to get me immune to it. We do throw a special 1. We get those 2 debuffs on. We get a heavy, but we do end up getting degened because I had too many Furies. But it wasn't that, the degen wasn't that bad. But there, the Stage Fright degen, I wasn't paying attention to that one, and I take big damage. I do try to get out of range of her, and I get hit. We parry stun her, we refresh the debuffs. It's not looking great, but here we're going to stun her into a special 2, 4 debuffs on, 4 prowess. It's a ton of damage, and we just gotta wait this out. She's not in the hunt, so I can still dex, but I missed that. Getting the willpower healing from that ensnare debuff that she has, and then we just finish her off with the special 1. So I think that is the most trickiest fight. I don't know, I always get, there's a lot to keep track of, and then trying to keep track of like when she can cleanse and all that, to me it's not my favorite, but Apocalypse does the job. I think I go in this one with my rank 5 Apocalypse. So I am going to get some heal at the beginning because I haven't used the 5-star yet. Doesn't really matter because I'm at full health. I do parry, and then I'm just going to wait out that disorient, become immune to it, and then I can parry all I want without any chance of it failing because of the disorient, concussion, ability, accuracy reduction. Get off a special one. Now here, Groot, you know, he has a slower, here's a shrug off time on the debuff. So if I want to keep those up, I got to get some heavies off. So far, it's going well. I think I actually go straight to L3 to get those locked in. The heavy knockdowns aren't going to get you those Furies activated. They do get activated and you do get power, but they don't stick around because that heavy knockdown clears them out. So here we get a special 3 off. We're going to lock in the weakness and the poison. So now I don't have to worry about those falling off. And then I'm going to build it back up to special 2 and get the other 2 debuffs, the concussion and the degeneration. And then we're just going to let those do their work. Here we go. Heavy. Obviously, Groot is bleed immune, so it's not going to help out a ton with the heavies, but they will reset those Furies, make sure that I don't get to 10 and start degenning. And then I think I'm just going to heavy consistently corner him with heavies, make sure I keep those refreshed, and try to get to special 3 as quick as I can. Now remember, the concussion, when I hit him, it can prevent the Furies from coming on, which is kind of nice, but no problem there. We got to special 3. The power gain from the stacking power node is convenient. I can see it being somewhat problematic with the stage fright tied together if you don't time that right, but a little bit of patience and it's not really a big deal. So now I have all the debuffs locked in permanently. They're not going to fall off. He can't shrug them off. So we're going to get that 767 damage for the rest of the fight, which is really nice. And then when I do throw a special, I'm going to get the extra bonus damage guaranteed because I have those four debuffs on. So Apocalypse is going to hit pretty dang hard. I'm trying to bait this guy's special 1. Normally I don't push him to his special 2. I don't know, I just feel like the timing of like when you dex that and trying to get that off is sometimes a little squirrely for me. And you can see like here we're going to be hitting and the Furies don't come as frequent, which means I'm not going to get as much power gain. And it's mainly because of the concussion. The concussion is preventing those Furies from activating on the Rising Sun node. I think I'm going to heavy here, reset those Furies, and I think I'm going to combo into a special 2. Try to get to a special 2. There we go. We got some Furies to give us the power. Get some decent damage there. Doesn't quite kill him off. We have 6 Furies. We do need to reset that with the heavy. And then we're going to wait out the stage fright timer and go into a special 1. And I think this should finish him off. So Apocalypse, if you have either, they are great for this lane. If you don't have the option like Hercules, I don't have that option. Corvus, technically with the glaive, he could do it, but there aren't any charges on this whole lane. So you're at 0 charges. I don't see him being all that effective, but I could see somebody doing it. If you have like a rank 3 suicides, I'm sure it can be done. And then again, Apocalypse, he's great for Mole Man. Mole Man can't shrug his debuffs, so you got your stuns, you got your bleeds that stick, you got all the debuffs that stick. There's no way that he's going to use his Monster Mash to shrug them off. So we're going to try to get both Special 1 and Special 2 off, get all 4 debuffs, and then lock him in with a Special 3. So I really feel like Apocalypse was made to take down these fights, and he does a really, really solid job. So here we got all 4 debuffs plus a bleed, and then I'm just going to hit those heavies until I get back to a Special 3 and launch that and lock those in, and then get like another Special 1 or 2 off, and the damage with the 4 debuffs locked in plus bleeds, it's gonna wreck this Mole Man. So definitely recommend Apocalypse. Who else? I mean, I do have Mysterio, and Longshot. You're gonna see I'm gonna use Longshot for the last fight. The last fight is a Magneto, and Apocalypse will not work well, obviously, because he's a metal champ. And Longshot has like a 300% ability accuracy from the get-go. Let me check that on Aunt May, confirm the percentage. I know it's really high. Longshot. Passive. Longshot's base ability accuracy is 300%. So that's pretty cool. So even if you have the Disorient on and you get reduced ability accuracy from the parries, he can still be above 100%, which is really, really nice. So here we go. We light off a special 2. I don't think this is going to quite kill him. Comes pretty close. Not quite. We got to bait out one more special. But yeah, I'm going to use Longshot for the Magneto. And I also brought Mysterio for his... he can't be ability accuracy reduced. And I figured he could be an option. It's kind of like AA. He can't have his ability accuracy reduced either, and he can technically work for like a Magneto. Now we're gonna go up to this King Groot, and we're gonna use Apocalypse again. I'm using my 5-star simply because I didn't want to heal up my 6-star, and he was low health from that Jabari fight. But definitely, you know, most probably, maybe you don't even have an Apocalypse, and if that's the case, I feel sorry because he's a great champ. But if you do, one would suffice. The Drax fights, I mean, pretty much all the fights are pretty simple and clean, easy to do. The Jabari fight is the only one that kind of gives you a little hiccup with her cleanse. Got to work around that. But yeah, Apocalypse, Hercules are pretty much like the go-tos that I have seen. I wish I had Hercules. I don't. But yeah, same method here. Get the 4 debuffs on, 2 from the special 1, 2 from the special 2, and get to the special 3, lock them in, and then just fire off a few more specials, and these guys go down pretty easily. King Groot can't shrug off any of Apocalypse's debuffs, so I don't have to worry about, you know, the Furies consuming like my stun or any of these debuffs. They're just gonna get locked in. Makes this fight really simple. And here we go. Big foot stomp, squash them, lock in the 4 debuffs, and then we're going to reset here in a minute. We're gonna bait the special ones. Special 2, normally like evade the first part and block and evade out the second. But if I don't have to take any block damage, I'm just going to bait those L1s all day. And yeah, Apocalypse does the job really, really well. So yeah, I'll let this King Groot fight play out. It's pretty much the same, which is same strategy, same result as the other prior fights, and then we'll get into that next fight, which I think is the Magneto. And that one was a fun one, but it gets really, really close. Alright, so we're finishing up this King Groot fight. Hit into his block, get this done, turn it into a heavy, and he ends up dying from all that debuff damage. Now we're going to move on to, which I thought was a pretty fun fight. It gets as close as it's going to get as far as getting the solo. But again, Longshot has a 300% base ability accuracy from the get-go. Every time I parry, I will get a disorient, which is going to reduce my ability accuracy by 20%. So technically, if I get like 5 parries within the 15 seconds, I'm still going to be at 200% ability accuracy. So I should have enough to where I can just parry heavy all day long, which is normally the playstyle that I use with Longshot. Now, the other thing that you do need to account for is the disorient also decreases your block proficiency. So it's not just ability accuracy where your parries can fail, but it's going to hurt more when you parry block. And you can see, like, when I first started, I was getting, I think, zeros and, you know, very small numbers. But on some of these, like that one was 1500, so that was a pretty substantial parry block damage. But you can see that I can still parry reliably, which is really nice. Here we get off a special 2 with Pure of Heart activated. We get those incinerates going. We get some heavy spam in the corner, and it's going pretty well. He's got me by a little bit of health, but you're going to see we're going to hold those heavies, try to stack on some bad karma. We accidentally push ourselves to L3, which is not really what I wanted. I wanted to pretty much stick to L2s, but L1s also work. While Magneto doesn't take a lot of bleed damage, you're going to see at the very end it's gonna save me. And when I get into deep wounds, or I don't know if it's assassins or what, yeah, it's gonna help. So there, I get smacked by an L1, which is not good. All my karma falls off, which is also not great. But here we're gonna heavy into a special 2 here, even though we're not at max bad karma, but we get some nice damage from that. But it's 50% to 20%, so I got some work to do on this, but that's all right. We need to work around those disorients, need to work around that stage fright timer, and see if we can't get some good incinerate damage. We're gonna spam another heavy there, and then I think we're gonna get an L2 off here. Heavy L2, nope, goes to L3. So yeah. I have Mystic Dispersion, 3 out of 5, and looks like that pushed me above the 2 bars to 3. So we're gonna get him with another heavy, try to bait the special. We get that. We only have 1 disorient on, but here we have 5 bad karma. We got Pure of Heart active. We're trying to race to a special 2. I probably should have just used it, but he does a heavy, which is refreshes the karma, and I should have just gone straight into another heavy spam in that corner, but I missed that opportunity. We do get off the L2, but now we're at 3%. So now I got to get off whatever damage I can, pretty much with all intercepts. Because if he hits into my block and he gets like another one of those, 1500, there was a 473, barely, I'm at 1%. So we're trying to bait out a special, get a few dexes on. We're at full good karma. He's got 2 bad karma. We intercept him into a special 2 and get some incinerate damage, but it's not a ton. So we got to get more in. There we go. We get an intercept and we get off a special 1. He takes a bunch of incinerate and bleed damage, and we beat him with 1%. Such little health left, and I think I checked the health on the boss fight to see like actually how much health I had on Longshot. Let's check that out, because it was so tight, like couldn't take any more block hits. And who do I go? Which boss? I think I go to the Stealth Spidey boss, and that was a mistake. I do end up getting him down without any items, but you're gonna see I mess up quite a bit. Actually, I think I'm not able to see the health because I do switch out Longshot, which is unfortunate. I had to switch him out. I wasn't going to use him on the Stealth Spidey. So I swap in White Mags, get the, he's metal, and get the passive stuns. He has tenacity. So I didn't want him shrugging off any of these stun debuffs and whacking me. He's got no hit, no mercy, evasive maneuvers. So if you knock him down, he's going to get like 100% evade chance. It's got foresight. So you do get bonus damage for intercepting him. But you're going to see I just mess up. I get evaded and I get smacked. But I think I do finish him off without having to revive, if I remember right. But I think I used the rest of the whole team. So here I knock him down. I have 1 evade charge built. There's 2 evade charges. And then I immediately get smacked. Not ideal. Get a nice little intercept into a special 1 with foresight. So I get a good chunk of damage there, which is really nice. Again, he's got that evade charge with 100% evade, plus he's got a spider sense charge on. I think I go in and then drop back. Yeah, trying to get the evade off. Trying to get him to get my max charges. Going to a heavy there, which was probably pretty risky. He could have evaded out of the second part of the heavy. And barely dash back, get a parry at the end. And I think evade failed, okay. But I think I die here. Get another evade. He's at 30% chance to shrug off the evades. There was the heavy. So first hit of the heavy was okay, but the second part, his regular spider sense charge evaded me and whacked me. So that wasn't ideal. Do I use Cable next? Yeah, we're just going parry heavy here. Should be able to connect the heavies while he is under the stun, so I don't have to worry about the evades. And I do get quite a bit of damage off, but my Cable, he's only a rank 1. I am considering ranking him up. I've been having a lot of fun throwing him on the team and getting Apocalypse to max charges. And again, so while I'm getting the stuns guaranteed, the degens, it's got a 75% chance to have him shrugged off. So you can see he's getting quite a bit of tenacity going on these heavies to where the degens aren't sticking around. We get a nice full dex on the special 2, and we're just going to keep heavy spamming as much as possible, but I think I do end up getting evaded on an attack or something here. Do I go in here for an evade? No. Throw off a special 2. Now he's concussed. I think that will help a bit with getting those degens to stick. Yeah, you can see that all 4 of those degens stuck this time. And I'm waiting for those parry opens because I know he's going to evade me. I don't want to get evade smacked. But I know I think I die here. I take quite a bit of damage there into the block by missing a parry. Should have just evaded out of that. We're getting close to the end, but I think I'm gonna get evaded and die. If I remember, I don't, yeah. Oh, I just miss a parry. There we go. So miss a parry. Unfortunate. If that was a higher ranked up Cable, definitely I think it would have finished him off just from like the extra degen damage and the heavy damage. But rank 1 wasn't quite enough, and then I made a mistake. So here we're going in with Mysterio, and I'm going to try to build up to 3 chemical charges with my heavies, not my heavies, my mediums, and then launch a heavy. I'm really missing a bunch of parries on this dude. But the tenacity, oof, shrugs off that poison. Those poisons do like, this is a rank 3 Mysterio, and they do over 1,000 per tick, so it's a good chunk of damage, and when you see it get shrugged off like that, it's no fun. No fun at all. Trying to land a parry, can't get it. He has attack that can't be parried. There again, we get another poison off, immediately shrugged. Get the evade. Get another evade. Alright, can't evade me right now. And it would be nice if I could actually get like a foresight intercept and then land a heavy and have it stick, but I'm not going to try for that. I'm just going to try to keep landing heavies. There we go. One of those poisons is sticking, and I'm feeling pretty good, but I think do I end up dying here at the end as well? Can't remember. There's another heavy course. That's the 4th one, and the 3rd that got shrugged off. There we go. We're at 3 chemical charges. Do we go for the heavy? No, not yet. And we're in Assassin's mode, but he still shrugs that one off. Gotta bait the special too. And while we're waiting for him to try to throw this thing, we are building up chemical charges. There we go, we're at 2. We'll probably get to 3 here in just a second. Dex got a nice full Dex. Boom, we stall that heavy to get the full charges, and it gets shrugged off, and then we miss another parry, get comboed to death. Yeah, this wasn't the best play on the boss. I think I go right in here with Apocalypse, and I get like almost immediately evaded and smacked. Yeah, I tried to go for an intercept and died. So I'm like, okay, I got 1 champ left. It's the White Magneto. All I have to do is parry heavy him a couple times, and 5% and it'll get down. So definitely not the cleanest, but we do get this laying down without any items, which is really all that matters. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully you have Apocalypse or you have Hercules. You guys can take down this path without too much problem. Longshot really works well for the Magneto. I think somebody like Mephisto or Archangel, somebody like that can't have his ability accuracy reduced, would also work to get around the disorients. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.